legata anche al fatto che in Europa le decisioni maturano più lentamente. La democrazia europea, alla quale io attribuisco un enorme significato, è una democrazia più lenta, è una democrazia della condivisione più che una democrazia della decisione. Si arriva alla decisione, ma con responsabilità politiche alte sono perfettamente consapevoli di una situazione altamente pericolosa. Naturalmente nel corso della crisi, che ormai segna il suo 6º anno, i diversi contesti geoeconomici hanno
che noi abbiamo in essere il segno più alto di Dio. Ecco, a questo punto allora il concetto di persona, proviamo a guardarlo. Il concetto di persona allora comprende nella visione ebraico-cristiana, ma anche nella visione, io direi, il respiro, la vita, la coscienza. E neppure quando alla materia, gli animali, custodisce e lavora il campo del mondo, l'uomo teme. L'uomo è completo soltanto
pratica economica e sociale. Forse non è sempre stato così. Alla fine dell'Ottocento sono sorte in molti paesi europei delle imprese e istituzioni finanziarie di chiaro stampo cooperativisto cattolico. Dopo il 1945, nella ricostruzione europea, si legge un chiaro influsso degli insegnamenti cristiani.
Die Stimme der Kirche in der ganzen Welt ist, die Bischöfe, aber eben auch die Laien, die Universitäten, die Professoren, die katholischen Politikerinnen und Politiker. Wir brauchen internationale, globale, universale Netzwerke und dazu leistet Centesimus Annus einen großartigen Beitrag. 20 Jahre, also herzlichen Glückwunsch auch der Stiftung Centesimus Annus für all das.
The history of this illustrious Renaissance building, Palazzo della Cancelleria, and of these decorations. And tonight we'll have the unique and cultural riches of the past of the Church. Has a special meaning which has nothing to do with 1983. To do this, however, we try to avoid any undeserved complacency. The panel discussion, which will take place in a few minutes, will be chaired by our dear President of the Scientific Committee, Professor Alberto Quadrio Curzio. We are deeply indebted.
Ringrazio in modo particolare Sua Eminenza il Cardinal Marx di aver accettato di presiedere la giuria internazionale. Ringrazio anche i membri della giuria e il segretario Don Michael Conrad per il lavoro svolto per questo.
Present, and especially to those who have traveled a long journey to be here with us. We are 462 participants and accompanying persons from 15 different countries.
Ringrazio in modo particolare Sua Eminenza il Cardinal Marx di aver accettato di presiedere la giuria internazionale. Ringrazio anche i membri della giuria e il segretario Don Michael Conrad per il lavoro svolto per questo.
Sono espressi con chiarezza nelle lettere encicliche che da Pacem in Terris di Giovanni XXIII in poi sono state rivolte dai pontefici
sia con le proposte di altri che la Chiesa giudicava meno accettabili e più pericolose dello stesso male che si voleva aggiustare, come quella delle soluzioni proposte dal socialismo ispirato a un marxismo ateo. Anche se
mi ha colpito la serietà, la dedizione con cui tutto il film, dai vari presidenti che si sono succeduti alla... Cos'è? Sì, però il box si accende, non va bene. I'm shipowners, but in the Hotel La Palma we have a...
That's a good hotel.
Turismo, sì.
I mean, yeah.
Ok.
Santa Chiara.
Mio figlio, my son, is work in New York and green card. È spagnolo.
Oh, muy bien. Pues give him my contact in New York. You can give him my contact in case he needs.
Fate finta che non ci sia, eh?
No, per carità.
Questo è il vero problema, stanno dicendo un sacco di cazzate.
Sì.
E nessuno se ne vorrebbe
Perché non parlano per di tutto.
No, esattamente.
Sono carini. No, quelli non li faccio.
Entonces es legal. Traer 1.200 personas es posible, y es legal. Es una pasada.
Via siamo andati. Sì.
Eminenzen, Exzellenzen, verehrte Damen und Herren, ich bin sehr froh, dass wir heute diesen Preis verleihen können. Deswegen habe ich gerne
La persona umana è completa quando è maschio e femmina che si amano e generano e continuano la storia. Perché essi sono l'immagine, il termine usato è statua, l'immagine di Dio è maschio e femmina, l'uomo e la donna che si amano efficacemente, che creano, qui tutti i tipi di amore in un certo senso sono rappresentati e teniamo conto del fatto che perciò quando la prima lettera di Giovanni definisce devono essere come una delle grandi tragedie del mondo contemporaneo. Guardate, voi immaginate in questo momento in una campanello di casa e invece resta muto tutto il giorno, può essere avuto anche domani. È una persona anziana, una persona malata, uno straniero, non ha più la relazione. Questa persona, perché è materiale, noi siamo materiali, ma dall'altra parte è uomo in maniera concreta, donna, quando ha il cremello, gli occhi negli occhi, il mio dolore diventa il suo dolore e viceversa. Quello che dice la donna che io volevo fare era delimitare i contorni di un'isola, e questo è possibile, delimitare i contorni. Ciò che io ho scoperto alla fine erano, guardate bene, le frontiere dell'oceano.
È spontaneo dire che se il premio internazionale è attribuito ogni 2 anni a opere che si contraddistinguono per l'approfondimento della dottrina sociale della Chiesa, io, se questo è vero, non concludo proprio niente, perché significherebbe che è finito tutto, e invece non è finito. Allora le mie parole sono soltanto un saluto conclusivo per questa sessione, che lascia aperta la porta a due realtà. Una è quella che è già stata citata.
Molto importante, perché molti si interrogano quando andiamo nei nostri paesi, specie oggi che c'è una platea molto internazionale, ognuno porta le problematiche, il diverso modo di sentire, ma non dobbiamo mai dimenticare che la Fondazione Centesimus Annus è pro-elicit, cioè il nostro punto. Servono ad aggiungere alle relazioni scientifiche anche delle autoanalisi che ciascuno di noi fa, quando solo con la propria coscienza si interroga che cosa vorrà fare per sé, per i giovani, per le proprie imprese, per il sociale. Sono dei momenti di interrogazione.
Only 500
Julio. Ah.
Which is extremely complex. But conceptually, it is clear from, at least from these synthetic representations.
L'euforia che la globalizzazione, la finanziarizzazione e liberalizzazione, in altre parole, ci trovavamo di fronte a quella che poteva considerarsi un'epoca d'oro finito il confronto tra est e ovest. E a me queste euforie che tutti, anche chi non è economista, certamente già conosce. Il prodotto interno lordo mondiale è circa
one of our pastors and their local bishop had a dinner with all the elected politicians in the diocese to talk about Catholic social doctrine and the role of the politician. Interesting dinner.
Cari amici, la creazione del Premio Internazionale di Economia e Società della Fondazione Centesimus Annus pro Pontifice risponde ad uno dei fini del nostro statuto, promuovere fra persone
che sono tutti noi, che spesso alle crisi finanziarie seguono le crisi economiche, questa fase noi l'abbiamo già raggiunta, alle crisi economiche seguono
dell'economia più o meno globalizzata, più il linguaggio diventa inevitabilmente provvisorio, legato
but also in the relationship between the real economy and the financial economy. And finally, I think that the stabilizing factors that will be needed in order to dynamically adjust the asymmetries and the uneveness which is generated by processes of growth cannot be generated. So the adjustment of Cardinal Marx yesterday are so relevant when we try to link and to relate what we are discovering about processes of growth and the importance of the social market economy and the importance of
ciascuno di noi ha la propria responsabilità nella città terrena, vedo sempre, talvolta in sottofondo, talvolta in evidenza, questo riferimento al saper reagerà a questa crisi, anche perché l'Europa è caratterizzata nella sua cultura da un solidarismo comunitario a certa lentezza. E io rimango convinto che tutto ciò produrrà i propri effetti. Tuttavia, e concludo, dobbiamo stare, sarebbe gradito anche il nome di chi interviene con un riferimento specifico al relatore al quale la domanda viene necessaria.
Seit 2012, sagte es Rektor der Päpstlichen Universität Comillas. Das Thema Migration ist sicher ein Schlüsselthema für die aktuelle Situation, für die Krise, in der wir uns befinden. Aber mir steht es jetzt nicht zu, einen großen Vortrag über Migration zu halten. Ich weise nur darauf hin, deswegen ist dieses Buch wichtig.
Si possono considerare o disoccupati o scoraggiati. Si tratta dunque di una situazione di una gravità che, per quanto io ricordi, nel contesto del paese
auf der einen Seite zu betrachten, die Verkündigung des Evangeliums und die soziale Botschaft der Kirche, das soziale Evangelium als etwas, was danach kommt oder nicht so wichtig. Auf den Weg bringt, die auch sozialethisch zu bewerten sind. Also die Mobilität, die Migration.
Oggi si lavorava allora
Questi sono i resto, poi anche
Es hat sich auch nichts getan. Dann hatte ich, weil ich da nicht weiterkam, dann.
Ah, sì, quando stuviste?
Das möchte ich sehr, sehr unterstreichen und deswegen bin ich über diesen Preis auch dankbar, der bewusst Werke auszeichnen will, die eine überregionale, universale Bedeutung haben. Die Stiftung hat entschieden, jetzt keine Nachwuchsförderung in den kommenden Jahren. Deswegen ist dieses Buch auch eine großartige Anregung, darüber weiter nachzudenken aus der Perspektive des Professor für Volkswirtschaft an der Universität Bologna. Der Kardinal ist anwesend. Er ist auch Mitglied der Päpstlichen
Which is good. It's a nice visual label.
I can always tell people, you know, in economics, I'm probably at the medium south in history. I am by far the best player
in the far tail.
Oh yeah, I know what the Romanian is.
Guardaroba sta lì, però a est dito, cioè lei mette la giacca in amicizia.
Grazie.
Prego.
PhD of CAPP. I have a question here for the whole panel. You speak very much about competitiveness, and we did that yesterday, and of course,
which is far more adaptive than anybody else has any other species come up with. About the families throughout the West, but then after World War II or during World War II, it had a sharp upturn, which we call the baby boom. I'm a product of it. So are some other people in the room, I suspect. You know, it took a blip up, and then in the 1970s it went down again. There's some interesting parallels.
I papi vogliono mostrare di esserne consapevoli, quindi è un po' una reazione, a mio avviso, alla specialità. Benedetto XVI dice chiaramente nella sua enciclica che la società sempre più globalizzata ci rende vicini, ma non ci rende fratelli. Quello
poveri voi. No.
Ma ora vediamo.
A little about each, but before I do that, allow me to make some introductory remarks to this conversation. I don't think any of you here will doubt the importance of the relationship between science, technology, and economic growth and development. The two have proceeded hand in hand, at least from 1750, and others would say from long before then. But the issue I want to really focus on is not so much the growth of knowledge per se, but the adaptation of the economic system to the growth of knowledge. But I want to put it slightly differently. I want to pose a question. How do we create wealth from knowledge? What is the connection between the growth of human wealth and economic wealth and the growth of knowledge? Seems to me to be the fundamental question that we ought to pose. Of course, it's a two-way relationship. The growth of knowledge facilitates the A and why is it B? And not C and not D. The question, the list of things we create in our minds to choose from, is this question of creativity. And that's, of course, a great transformation. At a point in our history, I think, the slides I'm going to talk to starts with some quotations in red, and you might care to reflect on the quotations as encapsulating what it is I'm to try and convey to you. And the first slide, called Restless Capitalism and Creativity.
Sino como constitutivo de la comprensión y comunicación teológica del misterio. A través de ese diálogo se pone en juego el encuentro entre la fe y la razón. Como el Papa emérito Benedicto expresó de forma inolvidable, no actuar según el logos es contrario a la naturaleza de Dios. Que afronte esas cosas con rigor tal vez sea una buena terapia para que el Espíritu nos haga a los moralistas católicos capaces de mirar hacia fuera de nuestros cotos cerrados y nuestros recurrentes debates y nos confronte con la vida del mundo.
E che sia tale da offrire alle persone nelle comunità condizioni di vita buona, condizioni per creare
20 Jahre Centesimus Annus. Das ist auch eine großartige Initiative, die nach 20 Jahren nicht nur Bestand hat, sondern auch weiter wächst. Auch in Deutschland haben wir eine sehr engagierte Gruppe, die tätig ist, und ich darf mit Freude daran erinnern, dass ich am Anfang bei der Gründung dieser Gruppe auch mithelfen konnte, wenn ich auch nicht so aktiv überall dabei sein kann, wie ich es mir manchmal wünsche. Aber ich
Herausforderung, ich habe es genannt, wie man überhaupt Regeln auf einer Ebene zustande bringt. Das ist ja eine Frage Bangladesch.
Richtig. Da haben Sie eingeladen, weil Sie auch gut Deutsch sprechen. Spanisch ist nicht so gut.
Ja, das ist ganz schwierig. Sie haben recht. Aber ich denke, ja, aber auf der anderen Seite.
indirectly know some people. Yes, I'll think about it. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
We'll
Yeah.
get it.
Facciamo una foto tutti insieme, ok?
You don't have anything like a...
Ho lasciato a casa.
I remember.
Sa come funziona?
Penso di sì. Always.
Qual è la prima lettera? A come ancora, allora deve recarsi a questo.
Hello.
Prima fila, qualche ci va? Stesso davanti.
Abbiamo tolto
Prima io non siamo. No, qua, ok. Quando arrivano alla Allora vincere perché non può essere combinato.
Per fare le scelte dovute. In teoria la dottrina sociale della Chiesa avrebbe dovuto accompagnare tutta la storia, da quando è stata fondata la Chiesa, in quanto la Chiesa è sempre stata immersa nella società, ma di fatto non è stato così. Quando io studiavo morale esisteva un capitolo che si chiamava De Justitia et Iure, della giustizia e del diritto, dove avrebbe...
Brevemente,
La mia domanda è per il cardinale Marx. Non pensa, Eminenza, non ne parlava di pensare oltre il capitalismo, visto che stiamo vivendo un tempo eccezionale e bisogna proprio realizzare progetti eccezionali, io penso all'economia sociale.
Europa ha causa fundamentalmente de burbujas en algunos países y que se desencadenan en primer lugar en Estados Unidos. Esa crisis coincide con un proceso que se ha existido mucho de la globalización que inmediatamente debe impactar al cristiano y al católico y quizás más allá a lo que el Papa llama las periferias, existenciales. Es decir, yo creo ahora mismo que la doctrina sobre la Iglesia no debe ser un campo exclusivo de los...
Forse se pensiamo allo sviluppo, quello che dovrà essere la singolarità per lo sviluppo del prossimo secolo, forse dobbiamo mettere
più ampia questo insegnamento della dottrina sociale della Chiesa, va ricevendolo direttamente dal Santo Padre, insomma, letti che poi possono essere anche meglio redatti in una relazione magari da presentare alla segreteria. Riteniamo che si si possa chiedere al Consiglio della Fondazione, in particolare al Comitato Scientifico, che ci aiuti a elaborare un progetto di divulgazione a livello formativo, specialmente nel mondo universitario, oltre che nel mondo imprenditoriale, della dottrina sociale della Chiesa, cioè un progetto che sia il più possibile fruibile.
Grazie alla nostra vicepresidente del Consiglio.
Idea, la mia esigenza intanto di conoscere tutti i referenti nazionali ed internazionali. Questa è stata una cosa molto bella perché guardi il nostro programma per avere tutti quanti una idea comune, per avere proprio questo spirito molto bene, posso dire, almeno per quello che mi riguarda, nel senso che tantissime persone sono veramente interessate al lavoro comune, l'ideale di quello che può essere il nostro apporto alla società, il nostro apporto alla Chiesa universale, il nostro apporto al Santo Padre. È scaturito che c'è l'esigenza di incontrarci, penso che una o due volte all'anno tutti i referenti potranno avere.
Sì, velocissimamente. Gianni, poc'anzi richiamato il dottor Gattabellato, abbiamo fatto questo incontro.
International assistant, Archbishop Celli, dear to us all, and the most loyal and friend and guide of the Foundation for decades. On Saturday morning, we'll have the Mass presided by Reverends Bertani and Reverend Gardens, if it doesn't rain, in the church. And great joy for our religion. And we are deeply grateful to be able to live this great time within the Universal Church. And now may I ask,
questi giorni sarà portata avanti, certamente aprirà la nostra mente e il nostro cuore alla comprensione di uno dei problemi della nostra riflessione, porterà frutti davvero generosi per il nostro tempo, che ha bisogno di apertura, di speranza.
Do inizio a questa sessione che porta il titolo Catholic Social Doctrine and the Term of the Saint. La presenza di consigliano di essere particolarmente conciso in alcune considerazioni introduttive. Innanzitutto la scelta
und Gesellschaft in einem auch kulturell geprägten Miteinander. Das wird man nie genau.
Aber eins, die Lissabon-Strategie 1:10, ist ja immer, ich will das nicht, aber es war ein ganz anderer Akzent. Und jetzt
dunque adesso io non lo darò spazio alla matematica, siccome c'è un luce
le onde dell'oceano, dell'infinito. Ed ecco che nell'esperienza che io sto facendo, per esempio ora nel cortile dei Gentili, di questo dialogo tra credenti e non credenti, è interessante, mi è capitato più di una volta, anche 10 giorni fa, ma quando voi vi siete innamorati della donna o dell'uomo che avete accanto o che avete a casa, avete usato solo la categoria
Und die Verbreitung der wichtigen Ideen der Kirche für eine bessere Welt, für den Aufbau einer gerechten Schriften der Kirchenväter lesen, bis hin zur Frage, wie können wir eine Gesellschaft aufbauen, die mehr, wenn nicht gleichzeitig die soziale Botschaft und das soziale Handeln der Kirche mit integriert sind in die neue Evangelie gehen müssen. Und er meinte sicher nicht nur, dass wir mehr sozial und karitativ tun müssen. Das ist eine. Und ich glaube, dass Institutionen wie Centesimus Annus darauf hinweisen. Wenn wir uns hier unterhalten, austauschen über wie kann das praktisch, institutionell aussehen. Auch das Thema Bonn und Kommune, Gemeinwohl gehört zu dem, will auch in Zukunft die gesamte dieser Themen ansprechen. So darf ich jetzt schon den beiden...
Quello che già c'è, no? Ci sono questi corsi che si organizzano con la Scala Piranense, che sono qui residenziali a Roma, per giovani professionisti, ma c'è anche adesso questo corso online.
La seconda parola, che è veramente l'ultima, è l'augurio, proprio perché si prevede che ogni 2 anni ci sia un incontro che abbia queste tematiche. Io mi auguro che i bienni si ripetano non dico fino alla fine dei secoli perché sarebbe un po' troppo, ma
si qualifica in secondo luogo per un'attenzione verso il processo. Ogni generazione tende a lasciare in eredità alla generazione successiva più di quello che essa ha ricevuto a sua volta. La terza caratteristica...
Menzione anche con la madre. Noi rimaniamo a prescindere.
Ma ieri di alto livello, andiamo oggi.
Ci siamo iscritti tante volte, la ringrazio moltissimo. Sono contento che sia qua. Sì, io sono anche molto contento. Ringrazio molto. Soddisfatto. Ringrazio molto, veramente.
Allora, man mano che entrate, ci sono
Sì.
Allora eravamo comunque di
Good editing. Good editing. No, no, excellent idea.
Non voleva andare via.
si sono messi a girare. Ma bellissimo.
Aí vai, Helena Campisas.
Aparentemente no lo digo. Entonces hablando. Bueno, aquí estamos en el grupo español, ¿no? E con lo confermano che è che fissare.
Allora, chi non ha preso ancora l'auricolare può aspettare qui, grazie. Ok, chiami un'altra guida. Prego, prendete uno, vi spostate da questa parte. Per favore, prendete lì la guida.
E non mi ha mandato al cancellieri, cos'era? Era quello del Presidente della Roma.
Dobbiamo aspettare cosa?
Racconta l'amore in maniera tua, dai. Sì, che le
scandito da una serie di documenti che commemoravano ogni 10 anni, con eccezione del 1951 e del 2001, quando forse il Vaticano era un po' esausto.
Stefano, tu sai che se proprio me lo dice io vengo, non c'ho nessun problema.
Questo anche se necessita di andare a cadere.
Due luoghi in particolare, ma non esclusivi, dove è stato coltivato. La Scozia, Adam Smith, il personaggio eponimo, e dall'altro in Italia, dove ha pubblicato fino alla fine del Settecento recavano nel titolo felicità pubblica o parole con lo stesso significato. Ma questo è successo anche appunto nella scuola scozzese. Quando Adam Smith pubblica nel 1776 la sua opera fondamentale, che tutti ricordiamo, The Wealth of Nation, venne tradotta poi, alcuni anni dopo, in italiano e fu commesso un errore gravissimo, fatto ovviamente.
Yes, here we are.
So, why the business people should embrace the Catholic social teaching, or why this is going to change their life forever?
Here we are. Okay, here we are. Can I start already?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Yes. Today is a big experience. The experience of so many people gathering together to rediscover the meaning of the Catholic social doctrine in the life of the world today. We are discovering day by day that not only the financial or economical solutions are giving the right answer to the problem of humanity today. We are discovering day by day more and more that we need to stress the importance of the human being as a center of our economical development. For sure, everybody is looking for an economical development, a social development. And for sure also there are some financial aspects, some economical aspects. But we are perceiving that at the center of such a development is the human being. And the human being is at the center of the doctrine of the Church, of the social doctrine of the Church. And so I think that today our mission is to make such a doctrine known by people involved in social life today. And I am not thinking only in business people or people involved in economical activities. I'm talking about every human being that really are so much inclined to give to this world a more human aspect, a more human development. And I think that the main reason, the point of reference is to place the human being at the center. The human being as the center, but also in such a development. And so really, this is an offering, is a proposal, is a challenge for all of us today to rediscover what the magisterium of the Church is saying in this field and to rediscover the beauty, the importance and the significance of such a teaching. Good luck to everybody.
Perfect.
Yes, here we are.
Forget the camera, forget the camera. So, convince me why the business people should embrace the Catholic social teaching and why this is going to change their life forever.
Here we are. Okay, here we are. Can I start already?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Yes. Today is a big experience. The experience of so many people gathering together to rediscover the meaning of the Catholic social doctrine in the life of the world today. We are discovering day by day that not only the financial or economical solutions are giving the right answer to the problem of humanity today. We are discovering day by day more and more that we need to stress the importance of the human being as a center of our economical development. For sure, everybody is looking for an economical development, a social development. And for sure also, there are some financial aspects, some economical aspects. But we are perceiving that at the center of such a development is the human being. And the human being is at the center of the doctrine of the Church, of the social doctrine of the Church. And so I think that today our mission is to make such a doctrine known by people involved in social life today. And I am not thinking only in business people or people involved in economical activities. I'm talking about every human being that really are so much inclined to give to this world a more human aspect, a more human development. And I think that the main reason, the point of reference is to place the human being at the center. The human being as the center, but also in such a development. And so really, this is an offering, is a proposal, is a challenge for all of us today to rediscover what the magisterium of the Church is saying in this field, and to rediscover the beauty, the importance and the significance of such a teaching. Good luck to everybody.
Thank you. Perfect.
Oggi è il 20° anniversario della Fondazione Vaticana Centesimus Annus. Io mi sono avvicinata a questa fondazione circa 10 anni fa ed è stata per me una palestra della coscienza e del pensiero, perché noi approfondiamo il pensiero del Pontefice, in primis la Centesimus Annus e tra le più recenti la Caritas in Veritate, dove studiamo e approfondiamo questo pensare a lungo termine, che è una prospettiva che sta scomparendo dalla nostra vita reale, dalla vita personale molte volte, ma anche nelle attività, nelle imprese e nelle istituzioni. Attraverso la Fondazione noi riscopriamo questa saggezza millenaria e a cui dobbiamo riallenarci. Il mondo sta vivendo una delle crisi, una tormenta finanziaria ed è una delle crisi più terribili che sta distruggendo l'economia reale e sta distruggendo vite umane. È un momento di vera grande riflessione e siamo nel pieno di questa tormenta. Dagli studi del convegno di oggi qui a Roma è venuto fuori che prima ancora della crisi finanziaria c'è una crisi antropologica. E questo è il valore degli studi della Fondazione Centesimus Annus. Una crisi antropologica che nasce da un uso eccessivo e smodato della libertà senza regole, nella vita personale, nella famiglia, nella società, nella scuola, nelle istituzioni. e quindi è il momento di recuperare, se vogliamo ricostruire. Sulla scacchiera mondiale è in gioco una partita molto importante, la partita del nostro futuro economico, ma la partita anche della nostra identità. Noi cattolici abbiamo il dovere di rafforzare con convinzione i nostri valori, riappropriandocene, ricostruendo la nostra identità, che è tra le identità più di grande valore nello scacchiere mondiale. E questa è la strada sicura se vogliamo evitare un naufragio inevitabile nel mare allettante ma insidioso della globalizzazione. Abbiamo dato così, c'è uno scopo.
The Catholic social teaching is a teaching for mankind. It's developed since over 100 years, and the Church means and is convinced that the gospel has something to say in our situation, in the economical life, social life, political life. No, das ist not good. That's good. Wisst ihr mal? Wir müssen because.
Let's do it again. Let's practice. Okay? So, yeah, start again. When you are ready.
The social teaching of the Church has a great history, but also a great presence. Over 100 years ago, the popes began to react on the social and economical crises of that time and to speak in a new language, to speak with the words of the Church, but with the spirit of the gospel. And I think also today we have to say many things about our crisis, about economical problems, social problems, political challenges, and we have to discuss this as Church. When we speak about the gospel is not only to speak about heaven, but heaven and earth are going together. Life is soul and body. And so the Catholic social teaching wants to see how mankind, how men and women are living, what's about the family, what's about the worth of life, what's about just community, what's about a good organized economy, which is orientated on the wealth of all people, and so on. I think today it's very important to have a greater horizon of thinking and debating, and the Church's teaching is part of it.
Thank you so much. Your English is perfect. You were not telling the truth. So, no, Okay. After this nice conference, what will be your message for the American and European people who want to join?
So, have I to start?
So, what will be your message?
Yeah, good. So, Centesimus Annus Foundation is gathering in these days many people from different business, academics, and professional fields. The main message for European and United States people is to look at the social doctrine of the Church as one of the means to organize a better society, a growing economy, and more efficient institution. I think this is a quite good idea, and I think that everyone who has good feelings might benefit from this gathering and from this foundation Centesimus Annus. That's all.
Very good. Now you are free to dinner.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
I was at the Boston College.
Ah.
I was for 2 years, okay. Actually at the Western School of Theology, but now is within Boston College.
Yeah.
I have good friends, Jesuit friends there, Father David Hollenbach and James Keenan.
My kid was accepted in Boston College, but he's going to NYU, more secular, you know. So, okay, we're ready? Yeah. Okay, thank you very much for having us.
Thank you.
What is the message that you have for American and European business people?
Well, I'm truly convinced that the Catholic social teaching has a very important message to do to this changing world. Actually, I think that not only is a changing world, but it's an age of change, and we have to respond with our better answers, ethical and Catholic answers. As the business company become more international, they have to mediate in this double relationship between citizenship and immigration. And religion is in the core of this relationship between to be citizens and to be migrants in the world. The society is becoming more international and more religiously pluralistic. And the companies, as part of this society, have to be able to integrate people, but in doing so, it transforms itself according to the new world, which is, as I have already said, a world of change and an age of real transition and change. So I find that the role of the companies is crucial in this moment, not only for the economic power that they have, but for the cultural power that they can have for the new society we are making among all. And the Catholic social teaching has to look directly to this point of the participation of the companies in this new stage.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Te lo he quitado porque como me cambiabas...
Okay.
A headline. 5 seconds. Headline.
Okay.
Look at me.
Let me rephrase the question in just a second about why you should get involved with the foundation.
Exactly the same. Yeah.
I think for many reasons.
We're not ready. We're ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Many people, but especially one businessman I know, is European. He said that before John Paul's encyclical Centesimus Annus, he wasn't sure as a businessman he can go to heaven. He said, now I know I can go to heaven. What the social doctrine of the church does is it provides moral legitimacy for the economic system of capitalism. John Paul, in that encyclical, says that it represents human freedom expressed in the economic sphere. So now there's a moral justification, if you needed one, for the business world. Beyond that, it's a function of providing, how to say this, the truth. Catholic social teaching basically is built on 3 principles: human dignity, solidarity, and subsidiarity. With these principles, you analyze your positions and you reflect on the decisions you have to make. So it provides this framework. It's a tripod. It's a solid structure that fits on uneven ground to help you make decisions going forward on those 3 principles. And maybe finally, if you are a Catholic, it's a matter of your faith. The Catholic social doctrine is an expression of the Church's faith and moral teaching. And simply internalizing it and having it form the basis of your action, you are in fact acting in cognizance with your faith.
And can you do the final? I would like to, if you can invite them to join us in this special mission. Remember the closing of the script. We are open to the entire world. The Foundation promotes the diffusion and implementation of Christian social doctrine in global society. So a kind of a closing call to action. We invite you, something like that.
Okay.
In 2 sentences. Remember, and you wrote this, we invite you to join us in this special mission.
Yeah, I wrote that, I know.
And that was because I put a
Yeah.
participate with us or something like that.
So you don't want me just to say that? You want to?
No, I want you to say that just in case, because maybe we'll
Okay.
the
I got it.
We
Okay.
invite you, say, okay,
Okay.
wow. And then we'll-
Okay. And we invite you to join us in this very special mission. I guarantee it'll be at least interesting.
Very good. We're gonna do the same closing with Domenico.
With the same?
Penso che la dottrina sociale della Chiesa non sia rivolta soltanto ai cattolici, ma a tutti gli uomini e le donne di buona volontà per aiutare possibilmente lo sviluppo integrale di tutti. Quindi un'iniziativa come quella della Foundation è diretta a raccogliere fondi in modo possibilmente che arrivino poi direttamente alla gente e a quanti sono interessati, cosa che non sempre gli stati riescono a fare, ma forse organizzazioni più semplici come la Chiesa, che dispone di persone sul campo, possono molto meglio mediare in modo che giungano direttamente allo scopo senza perdersi lungo la strada.
Okay.
All right.
Molto grazie. Okay, so ready when you are. Okay. Okay. So 3, 2, 1, go.
I love Catholic social doctrine because it really helps you in your business. It gives you a guideline, and in a world where primitive capitalism has pretty much come to an end, the Catholic social doctrine really helps your way around. But you can also change your personal life, you can help your family with it, and it's a great way to live your faith and be a successful businessman. I've been following that for, wow, over 50 years. And I must say I don't regret any minute that I spent listening, learning about that, and practicing it. And some of the principles are the most modern you can imagine. Solidarity with the poor, but also with the young, trying to give them a job. Subsidiarity, let the people that do their job, and don't all the time mess in their way. Great things. And it tells you something about leadership. If you want to be a leader in your business, start learning something about Catholic social doctrine.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, about your trajectory.
Was it too fast?
Yes. No, about your trajectory. How are you spreading this Catholic society? Yeah. Okay, and look at me.
Oh. What? The same question? Or?
No.
Oh.
Tell me a little bit. 30 seconds. And look at me.
I studied law, but I stayed an honest guy. And I worked for 3 years in America, in Pittsburgh. I have lots of friends there. I worked for American companies. And I was for many years in the asset management business. Now I'm retired, and at 71, I start a new job in our big winery, starting to sell wine internationally. And one day I will also come to the United States and sell our wine there, and perhaps give a reason to drink a good bottle of wine when you talk about ethics. I'm married to Anastasia of Prussia. She's a great-granddaughter of Emperor Wilhelm. We have 4 kids, 8 grandchildren, and that number is still growing.
Okay, thank you so much.
Good.
Never.
You.
Just me? Yeah, and convince me. An athletic American, even if you are from Madrid, in a sales position.
In my paper, I emphasized the necessity to come back to the profound idea of community. I think that the rights of the individuals are important, but we have forgotten the immense importance of the community in the sense of friendship, true love, and the truth. So we are linked through truth, true love, and and friendship. When this is lacking in society, then we have not a society, and it is an immense problem today in the world. Therefore, it is to me so important the social doctrine of the Catholic Church, because it is emphasizing precisely this. We cannot find a solution for the huge problems we are facing through a socialist organization of the world, that this is a failure, but neither through a pure capitalistic point of view, because it is true we are richer usually through the application of the capitalistic doctrine, but we are not improving society, because society is much more than material richness. So it is false to think that only through improving richness we will solve the human problems. And even more, to have forgotten the central position of families is a true threat to the future of economics, because they are not people, they are not educated people, and without people and educated people, you cannot have a future for economics.
One question, real quickly. What would be your message for European and American business people? Why they should embrace the Catholic social teaching?
Well, I think perhaps they don't believe in the Catholic faith, but the Catholic social teaching, as I have said, has a way to approaching the big problems of the global society that can be truly useful. Today there are only two possible solutions. The one is the solution that has been proposed by the International, the so-called New World Order, and they think that a pure fraternity, that it is indeed an abstract fraternity, and total liberty, freedom and equality will solve the problems. But it is truly impossible, because this doctrine has not the force to build a human community. And this is the most important thing. And this point is a very important point in the Catholic social doctrine. I think, therefore, that to take seriously the Catholic social doctrine is the only future for business and for politics in the future.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Gracias.
Gracias a ti.
Creo que tenemos como 10
entrevistas hechas, ¿eh?
Sí, el único que nos falta es así de peso, el calcaño.
Ah, pero es que está difícil estos días, pobre. Está muy
pero
ocupado.
bueno, luego
No, mañana por la mañana, yo creo que mañana por la mañana se la puede, entre la misa y la...
Es que no estaban estos chicos. ¿No?
Ah, no va a volver ya.
¿No
por
va a
aquí,
volver?
no.
¿Y no viene a hacer el closing?
No, Chelly.
Ah, lo hace Chelly.
Chelly, sí.
Bueno, pues Calcaño no lo tenemos, es el único.
No, pues
que
entrevista a Chelly. Chelly le hace...
Chelly, sí,
ah,
sí.
no, bueno.
Chelly lo tenemos ahí,
Sí.
muy bien. Chelly muy bien.
No, Chelly comunica bien.
Chelly muy bien. No, pues ya tenemos...
A Marx también le tienes.
Sí, sí.
No, bueno, pues ya está. Es que Calcaño es muy discreto, es modesto.
Ya.
No quiere-
No se nos puede escapar nadie a nosotros. Perseguimos ahí.
Sí.
Okay. So thank you very much for having us. So the question is very simple. What will be your message for European and American business people who want to embrace on one hand, the Catholic social teaching message, and on the other hand, who want to support us as a foundation? Look at me and convince me.
Yes, okay. Well, business, economics, business is about people, because people, women, men, are working in the factories, in the industries, in the services, and people buy. So if you want a theory of that, and not the theories which have brought us to some problems right now, look at the Catholic social teaching, and look at the popes since John Paul II, Benedict, and now Francis. It's the only universal voice with authority who speaks about an economy put to the service of common good. And that's what we're talking about. And that's the future for a sustainable business development. So that's why you should look at the Catholic social teaching. And one way of doing that is joining this foundation and supporting it, which also helps financially to support the Pope.
Okay, and can you do a final close to action, a final invitation in one sentence, one word?
You should join us. You will find interesting things in the Catholic social teaching, and interesting for you as a person and also for business. So join us.
Very good. Okay, just look at me. Okay, so thank you very much for having us. So the question is, why European and American business people should embrace the foundation mission and the Catholic social teaching in 40 or 50 seconds. Look at me and convince me.
Yeah, but first of all, I don't think I am on air yet. First of all, why European and American only?
I don't know. That was the idea of the script.
Yeah, but that's wrong. I think it's all the other one.
Okay,
so
yeah.
It just occurs to me why you are asking the question.
The worldwide, why worldwide business people should embrace the foundation mission and activities?
Because of the richness and the wealth of the social doctrine that the Catholic Church has kept much too secret during the last centuries. There's such a wealth of a mission that is so needed in the present world, as especially when we are talking, we're talking about the activity in business, and not only, but here we're talking business. So saying to business people in the world, there is something of great value in the social doctrine of the Catholic Church. And this foundation has been established by the Holy Father exactly for that purpose. What we are trying to do is to get to know better what the teaching of the Catholic Church is in this field, and try to make this part of our business life. So I'm sure that if you joined us in this effort, there will be a great addition to your life, and at the same time we need you to foster our action and bring our efforts into the field.
Can you say the last sentence?
Yeah.
Join us, or what we talk in one sentence. We need you, or how can you say that? Or we invite you to join us, or one
Therefore, we invite you to join us. Come with us, help us to bring this message to the field. That's enough?
Very good. Very good.
Ready, steady, go.
Exactly. So the message, the question is, what is the message that you have for European and American business people who are trying to understand what is the Catholic social teaching and what is the mission and the activities of the foundation?
The book which I've written and which received the award of the Fondazione Centesimus Annus, the title is The Economics of Common Good. And the central theme of the book is the following. Economics always had, since the beginning, the idea of the good. What happened is that over time, namely over the last 3 centuries, there was some, let's say, changes in the interpretation of the notion of good. At the beginning, good, which means until the end of the 18th century, was identified with well-being or happiness, as it was the case in Mediterranean countries such as Italy, Spain, and partly France. On the other hand, in Scotland and in general in Great Britain, the idea was of wealth. But wealth is not the same thing as richness, as most people still believe. Wealth in English language means well-being, or better to say, the root of the word wealth is the same as that of welfare, well-being, etc. With the new century, 19th century, there was a change. Good became identified with commodities. So you are good as an entrepreneur if you produce as many commodities as possible. You are good as a consumer if you can maximize the consumption of commodities of one type or the other. At the end of the same century, at the end of the 19th century, this notion changed once more. And the notion of good became the notion of utility. That was the time of the influence of utilitarianism, etc. In other words, what is good? The answer was everything which increases the utility. Utility means satisfaction of needs, of preferences, etc. Now, this notion went until recently. The novelty is that in the last quarter of a century, more or less 25, 30 years, what we are observing in different countries of the world, among the economic circles and the academic centers, is that we are going back to the original notion of good. Namely, good is whatever helps people to live a good life, to be happy, to exercise the problem of relationality. Now, why that occurred? 3 major phenomena. Globalization. 3rd, industrial revolution, the revolution of new technology. 3rd, the explosion of the commons, like environment, water, the soil, etc. Now, this new phenomena opened a new vista to economists. They're saying, look, commodities are important, namely private goods. Public goods are important, but they are not enough. We need also to pay attention to the new categories of necessities. For instance, you cannot run or hope to solve the problem of the environment either using private methods of governance or public method of governance. You need a new form of governance, which means that today the economic research is centered on the notion of relational good. It is fascinating to know that the concept of relational good was coined in the United States, not in another country. Exactly in 1989, the expression of relational goods, nowadays this notion is well known all over. Another example, the paradox of happiness. But why the paradox of happiness started in the United States in 1974? Richard Easterlin, an American economist, he was the first to give evidence that, of what I said before, that people want to live in order to be happy. Now, commodities are useful, but they are not enough to be happy. So it is fascinating to underline that it is from the center of the economic world, namely the United States, that the new novelty are. Perhaps what happens is that in the United States, the majority of the economists are, so to speak, a bit culturally obsolete. They continue to think in the old terms. So the Americans discovered the phenomenon. We need to help each other to push forward this approach. In this sense, the social doctrine of the Church, in my opinion, is a major help in this direction. So there is no contradiction. The social doctrine of the Church, it's a way to read the new phenomena and to offer to them a viable and, above all, sustainable solution.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to you. Okay?
Very good, thank you.
No,